that the youths are not sleeping. By them, who do you mean?
Yes, I will not allow initial impeachment of the governor.
And by them, who do you mean?
Is that?
You said you went to let them know. So I'm asking, by them, who and who you're referring to?
The members of the assembly, who were seated inside the residence of the Martin Sameville.
So do you have... Were there any idea as to how many people were at the residence of the lawmaker?
I'm not aware of the residence.
Okay, it's something I would say. Please, would like you to speak up better because it sometimes it doesn't get clear enough. I don't know if maybe it's your environment, so or you speak more into your phone. Perhaps that would help.
Okay.
All right. What we want to clarify is you said you got information that there were members of the assembly were at his residence and they were planning to carry out an illegal impeachment, and you went there to stop that and to let them know that the youth are not happy, if I'm correct. I've asked you how you came about.
I've just told you what we went to do. I think I'm done with that.
Yes, of course, but I'm coming. The question is coming. So my question to you are two things: how you got information, who confirmed to you that this was what was happening at his residence, one, and second, Mr. Ihunwo, just if I would finish the question, and secondly, how many lawmakers did you see at the residence trying to carry out this act?
I don't know how many lawmakers are there. I also told you that I can't just tell you source of information, how I got the information to you. But I know that some lawmakers were inside that residence.
Okay. We're going to also we'll come back to this, but let's get on to questions around people saying that what you did was a lot more political and for personal gains. And that brings me to my question. In the politics of the state, the youths who are involved in the politics in Rivers State, would you say that we have more youths who are focused on the development of the state, or more of them who are in politics at the moment for what they can gain out of it?
Well, if you see what happens, in the 2 days you saw when you think about the protest, it's not youth who are in politics. These are people, genuine youth, who supported the government and protested. And I said, look, this man has promised us that he will develop our state. He's not giving that opportunity. That's why you see the youth came out. Everybody cannot be politics for God's sake. People who came out are genuine youth, are not political youth.
But you are in politics.
I am in for God's sake.
So now, would you say that?
Hold on. The National Council of Nigeria is the umbrella of all the youth in Rivers State. And at the Council of the Youth Council is the government. So we don't expect the youth in the state to allow a government to be impeached illegally. And especially the first 5 years of the official of the presidency in Governor Rivers State. And we're saying, let the right thing be done. Now, what is the offense of the governor? Have they told us? Have they told us what did this man do? They want to remove it from us illegally. Because we voted for Senator Joseph Fubara. We voted for him. We didn't vote for him, not the other. For God's sake. Have they told us that, look, this is the offense? They have not told him that this is the offense of the governor. Because going illegally to impeach him.
Well, some people think that what...
People who came out of that validate are not political. They main youth from Rivers State.
Okay.
And they are saying no to illegal impeachment of the governor.
All right. There are people who have said that you were also this loyal to the former governor of Rivers State. And at the time now, they think that you are doing what you're doing and being vocal about it and putting yourself in the forefront because perhaps you're trying to get into the good graces of this government. What would you respond to that?
In this state, you also know that when Governor Yusuf was on seat, the former governor, the youth council gave him support, 100% support. We supported him. Especially me, I supported him. I just people were calling me and I said, this is the governor, I will support him. And that is something I'm doing to the governor, current governor of the state, because he's our capital. You are aware that this people are visiting me, why supporting the weekend, and I stand by him because he's our governor. And today I said, we stand by the legend of what I'm going, he's our governor. So there's nothing to talk about by what is personal interest. Because we can appoint a special advisor of Senate must know. Protecting appointment of the government, no, cannot be appointed. So, but I think that as the internet is state, we are going to support whoever is the governor of our state, who's leading Congress in that month. I think former governor, which is the foreign minister, Congress is not supporting that decision, making sure that he is protected. I would think so we are doing this time against the state because we lost the governor. So people are going to pay 9 again. And everybody hear anything, and everybody paying him money.
Okay. So questions around your leadership is also in the air. Will that get you to respond to that when we return after the commercial? After the commercial, you respond to this, because there are also those who have said that you have exhausted your tenure. We'll get your response to this when we come back from the commercial. We have a short commercial now. As soon as we return, we'll get your response from it. Just stay on the line for us. Thank you very much. Now, Nigeria Info conversation continues shortly.
He done of trading himself. James, hello.
My name is Ifeemi Andrew. My guest is the State Chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Chijioke Ihunwo. Mr. Chijioke, thank you for staying on the line for us.
Thank you.
All right. Before we get on, remember that you can send in your questions you would like to ask the guest, or your contributions to 0809-030-6416. That is the WhatsApp number, 0809-030-6416. 6416. And also remember that on Facebook, it is Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. And we're asking you whether youths in politics in Rivers State today are driven more by the development of the state or their personal gains. Share your thoughts with us about that one on Facebook and on X. Okay, back to my guests before we take some messages on WhatsApp. Before the break, I was asking for your response to people who are saying that your tenure as the chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria in the state is long expired and you should be stepping aside. Some others believe that whatever it is you're doing now is a lot more political and for personal gains instead of the interest of Rivers youth. So what do you say to that?
We are not here to discuss the issue of my tenure. The youth council has a constitution and a bylaw. So anybody who wants to talk about my tenure, you go to the constitution and bylaw, you go to court. So I'm not talking about what the reality, what has been happening in Rivers. It's not the issue of the constitution or the National Council of Nigeria or my tenure. But everybody, if you want to know my tenure, go to the constitution or you go to court. Let's go to work with the issue.
But your position as the state chairman of the National Youth Council and representing that body in the state with regards to the situation in the state requires some clarification about your leadership as well.
I have told you that if anybody is asking my leadership, that you should go to the constitution or the state bylaw of the council. Let us talk about what is happening. I can't be doing things illegally. I'm not about leadership. What about leadership of this council will come a day and we'll think about it. Let us talk about what is happening in our state. That's why we're here.
All right, we'll take some questions on WhatsApp. And this one says, would need your response. Good morning. Can he make known the identity and family names of those that were shot and killed? That's number one. Number two says, are you one of the enemies of the state that the former governor was talking about? Honeyboy sent in that message. So I don't know. The identity, I'd asked you that question before.
I just told you that. I just told you a few minutes ago that I am going to send the names and the video so I can verify.
No, you can say the names on air before you send. If you know the names, you just say it on air before you send any videos.
There are too many names. As I told you, I'm somewhere and I can't access where I can. I'm going to send it to you via WhatsApp and their names.
Okay.
I am not enemy to River State. I am an enemy to River State. What I'm doing, I did it before to the former governor and the city minister. Everybody in this state knows I supported the former governor and the city minister.
All right.
The governor of the state. So people should not come and talk about personal gain. I am an enemy to the state and I can't be.
These youths that were killed, are they people that are part of the political party or people that you know personally, or how exactly, where exactly, and where did this happen? Where did the shooting happen that led to the death of these people, and how many people precisely are you talking about?
Those who were shot there are Rivers youth.
How many of them? How many of them, and where were they shot? Where? Where were they shot? Was it when you went to the residence of the honorable member of the House, or was it at the assembly complex, or where did it happen so we can get verifiable facts?
Listen to me. I have told you that some of our youth are shot. So what you will do is that I want to watch the videos of them. They go out and everything. That comes from the police command.
But you were there, Mr. Ihunwo. You were there yourself, I'm sure. So if you were there and there was time for people to make videos, Mr. Ihunwo, can I finish with the question, please? Can I please finish with the question? Thank you. If there was time for people to make videos and you were there when the gunshot happened, perhaps you can give us information as to who was there, who shot, and where were you at the time the shooting happened?
I have told you that those who embarked on the peaceful protest were shot and are Rivers.
Where?
And you allow me to send the videos. There is not the time where they were shot. Our youth were shot. So you don't need to ask me for that. I said they were shot, and I'm going to send you their video. Send me their names.
Your guest.
Most of these people, our youth leaders from different ages up there. So allow me to get their names forward to you.
Of course, we'll be expecting that from you. We were just asking to know where it happened. Did it happen at the Assembly Complex or when you went to the house of the Honorable Member, Martin Amewule?
I don't want to. I said I'm going to forward you the names and the pictures. You also verify for the police command. Thank you.
All right. Another message here says your guest is fighting for stomach infrastructure because this was the same way he fought for the former governor, even when the former governor deliberately refused to create jobs for Rivers youths for 8 years. Clever Sonny sent that one in. And that person says, good morning, Mr. Andrew, and to your guest. Please ask him when he was first elected and how long each tenure is supposed to last. Ask him when he was re-elected and when his current tenure would end. Michael from Okrika sent in that message. That's a question directed to you.
Okay, like I said before, we're not discussing the issue of national council. Anybody who wants to know my tenure, to go outside the constitution.
Okay,
the issue that has to be with state. That's what we're talking about.
But tell us for clarity's sake, how long is the tenure of a
You can't listen to me. If you are not a member of an organization, how do you now know when the tenure elapsed?
I don't think I am a member of the State Assembly or the executives, but I know that the governor serves for 4 years. I don't need to be a member to know that. So is it a job sworn to secrecy where you cannot tell how long your tenure is or how long ideally a tenure should be as chairman of the National Youth Council in the state?
Can I inform you? My tenure is 4 years and my tenure is 2 years. When I am gone, when my tenure is going to elapse, people will know.
Okay, your tenure is 4 years.
Yes,
which means at the moment.
When my tenure elapsed, I will let them know my tenure has elapsed. If one my constitution allows me for a second tenure,
you wouldn't need to let Rivers people know. Rivers people already know it's 4 years. They will count.
4 years, and my tenure has not elapsed.
Okay, so you are in your third or second year now. Another person says 90% of Rivers youths are in total support of Governor Sim. I really commend Ambassador Ihunwo for standing by the governor, despite the fact that he's from Obiakpo and has a relationship with the former governor. Thank God Ability Atuegbu sent that one. This person says Rivers youths are most focused about development and not politics. The governor of the state is a youth whom have come to establish that it is for the generality of the people, growth and development of the youths. As a youth, I want to establish that the governor is a technocrat who wants to make Rivers State a developmental hub. This person says, you did not include your name. Okay, it says Chijioke and other youths of the state are taking the right steps to secure future of the state. Another person says, it's clear your guest is out for his own stomach. If not, why can't he answer most questions that is being asked? Another message says, for heaven's sake, Chijioke Ihunwo should stop shouting and quarreling, but answer the simple questions. Well, let's go to the phone lines and just take a few calls and get the response from the listener. 0817-923-0007 and 0817-923-0003. Now, those are the numbers to call to be live with us on the show. 0817-923-0003 and 0817-923-0007. Call us up, make your contributions, ask your questions. Remember, we're asking you to also tell us whether you think that youths who are in politics in Rivers State are there driven by the development for the state or for their own personal gains. What do you think? We have quite a number of messages on Facebook as well. I'll just go through some of them. Okay. And Nakerakbo says, Andrew, good morning. What those youths are given would not be more than 5,000 naira stipend, and they would risk their life because of that money. They can't feed them in 3 days. Well, we do not know if they were given money or not because we don't have proof of that. We don't have any evidence to show that anyone was given money, and nobody amongst the youths who protested have come out to say we were given money to do this. So we can't say. Nicholas Clinton says, your guest is just being political. Alex Wisdom says, your guest should rather answer the questions directly. Landlord Wachuku, your message is quite long. I can't take all of this. Okay. It's really long. If you can make it very short and send back, then we'll take it as quickly as possible. Let's see some of the callers on the line. Okay, Chisom is in Rumolumeni. Let's start with Chisom. Chisom, good morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes, Andrew, I want to greet your guest.
Okay.
Andrew, Governor Sen said that the issue between him and the FCT minister is further and some issues. I don't know the reason why Chijioke Ihunwo is breaking his head for the matter is not his business. And Chijioke wants to say the tenor, the 4 years tenor. And Chijioke Ihunwo has become national youth chairman leader in River State since the first tenor of Governor Wike. Governor Wike has finished and his tenor has expired. Chijioke Ihunwo is still doing 4 years. Now, wow. And these are the people that will say that they are leaders of tomorrow. These are the youth. Why you don't want to give other people a chance? He won't do you. Because Governor Sim is the governor, is not a for you see rules his complete years and complete his term. Chijioke won't refuse that it's 4 years. All
right, Chisom, we get your point clearly.
You should give chance for that people to grow.
Let's go to Transamadi. Daniel, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Welcome. Go ahead.
For me, I think your question is the Rivers youth in politics. I would say Rivers youth in politics because the numbers I saw is small to consider the whole of the Rivers youth. I think more of youth are interested in their business, not in the governance of the politicians.
But the question says, those youths who are in politics, do you think they are there for the development of the state or they are there for what they can gain?
That is exactly where I'm going. I think 99% of them are there for what they are going to benefit. The 1% are there because maybe some of them don't even know why they are there. That is 1%. They were there, they are not in politics, why are they there? They don't even know. So, but 99% of them are just there because of what they would benefit from the government. And I don't support dictatorship from anybody. I don't believe that a single man will change a governor. At the same time, I will not support violence. I don't see a reason why you say you want to protect the government or the governor, then you are going to a man's house because you have an information that they want to impeach him. You cannot impeach a governor from his house. It's not possible. It's not in the Constitution. So if you really want to do a protest, there's many places you can take your protest to. And when you begin to quarrel, when there's a simple question, it's you're dodging of certain things which are not good. Communication is simple. When you communicate, you can be able to pass your message. People will understand you. When you use quarrel to run away from communication, I don't think the purpose of interview will work. For me, you have a clarification. Why are you there supposed to explain to us? The people that are there are supposed to explain. Not to tell us that Chijioke, that people die without a proof. Thank you very much.
All right, let's go to Braid in Oginigba. Braid, good morning.
Good morning, Efemi.
You're welcome, Braid. Go ahead.
Yes, youth in politics. Well, Efemi, if you agree with me, the governor of River State, Nalaye Joseph, is a youth. And also, the Ihunwo, the speaker, the former speaker of River State House of Assembly was also a youth. And the current speaker is also a youth. And the youth president is also a youth. And let me give you one clarity. You are talking about whether people died or not. Please, you should ask your journalists to go to River State Hospital, Address USC Hospital, and look at the youth that has bullet wounds. Where a governor was even fired direct. Why didn't we feel that youth must have been injured? The blame should go to our commissioner of police and the DC operation that under their eyes, under their watch, they are just opposite the River State House of Assembly. One House of Assembly can be black. And they will come out in their number to intimidate an elected governor. The youth come out to protect their governor. They want to ensure that their governor shouldn't be removed. And they were arrested because the speaker wants to, under the guise of somebody at Abuja, want to stay in his house to say they have made a purported impeachment. And the youth said, no, such will not happen. The annual assembly, where they are supposed to hold their sitting, is not okay. And they cannot see, they want to sit anywhere to make a purported impeachment. And the youth has a tip-off. And they went there to say no. And the commissioner of police sent his men to go and arrest them. Is that how the state is supposed to be operated?
All right, Braid.
Is that how the Nigerian police is supposed to operate?
Thank you very much.
The youth, they are citizens of this state. And they were people that elected the governor. Didn't they have a say?
Okay, Braid.
Please.
Thank you. Let's go to Robin in Echie. Robin, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Andrew.
Welcome.
Yes, firstly, my status has changed. I am Elder Robin Maja, the farmer.
Go ahead.
Having said so, you asked a question if the youth as in politics are there for their personal gain. Listen, the former governor, the ST minister told us 2 days ago that every politician has personal interest. All of them have personal interest. When call them elder, whatever, as long as you are involved in politics, your interest is paramount. Having said so, I think we are running away from the critical question that we need to ask. Why have we taken Commissioner of Police River State from that Sunday, Monday till today to have made arrest those who masterminded the bombing of the state property, the State House of Assembly? I'm going away from that.
We're not clear if it's a bombing, Robin. We know that the police has not said much about the incident at the assembly or what caused it, but it was said to be a fire. We had different reports. There was an explosion, and then they say it was a fire. Well, like you've said, everyone is still waiting on the police to give an answer to that. For something of that magnitude to happen to such a significant government institution, an arm of government, in fact, then we would expect a statement. For now, we haven't gotten it, but we don't know if it's a bombing or not. The best we got was it's a fire.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Why I'm saying so, Chijioke, Ihunwo, the chairman or the president of the Youth Council of Nigeria, River State, people are giving him banter. He's protecting his interests. He's doing this, he's doing that. Those are not issues. Those are relevant questions. If the subject is a subject matter, the answer is no. Something happened and all this thing is snowballing to different things. So we should address that critical issue. Whether it's a chairman for life, it's not the subject matter. The subject matter is that he is telling us that the youth of River State that he mobilized went there to protect the impeachment of the government. That's what he said. And I think it's on the right hand, it's on the right side if he is the chairman of the Youth Council of Nigeria, River State chapter. This is my position.
All right, Robin, thank you. Chimenem on the line. After that, we go to Vincent in Echie. Chimenem is calling from Mount 3. Chimenem, good morning.
Thank you, Femi. Clearly, I think what is happening in River State is not unknown to Africa, not even in Nigeria alone. I think what we have to understand in River State is that this is just a family kind of fight. And it pains me a lot. Chijioke, the one I regard, could condescend himself so low. Instead of standing as an intermediary, you someone did another. I think carefully, the governor has said it with his mouth that this is my father, this is a family affair. And I just tell people, on a good order, what I know that the 5 months here, last season, and ensure how we can win this. I have no problem. But on terms, these are my grievances. And I think it is in our interest not to be fueling this. For God's sake, it's unnecessary. Some of these youths, I know that people are looking for pastures by all means, but this is not how to get the kind of position we need on earth. For God's sake, we are one River State. We must understand that fact. We know that there are interests that are being sponsored. Several persons that have been defeated in the past, retired in politics, are gradually waking up, fueling all these things. For me, it's unnecessary. And I think we will reconcile. This is a father and son kind of fracas. It happened in Anambra. It happened in somewhere in Ebonyi during the days of Samuel. And I think it won't. I mean, I don't see why people will be overblowing this. It is a shame to Chijioke Ihunwo and other of his allies. It's unnecessary. The governor from the horse's mouth said, "Look, he's my father," and I think it will be a shame to them because soon this will be resolved.
But Chimenem, you also understand that Mr. Ihunwo did not wake up and go for a protest when there were no plans of an impeachment. The protest came as a result of the plans of an impeachment. And now that the governor has also said it's a father and son issue, I don't think anybody is still protesting out there.
If you me, please let us not do yellow journalism. For quite some time, I don't call this radio station because of how you people intimidate me, intimidate my cause. We are here. We know what is happening. If you look at the language of Chijioke Ihunwo, moving from one place to another, he's been spitting violence. He's been spitting war. For God's sake, it's unnecessary. You don't activate the people. What kind of impeachment? If you want to even impeach, how long will it take? Are we not in Nigeria? And let's even say they've started and the governor is even innocent. Assuming we are not conceding. People are just putting the cart before the horse. We are all here. We are not living in Gaza. We are here in River State.
All right, Chimenem, thank you very much.
And the governor has said, look. Is Chijioke Ihunwo and other people, are they the governor?
All right, Chimenem.
For God's sake, do they even know how this all thing started?
Your point has been made. Thank you very much. We have to move on to Vincent now. But then nobody's also intimidating you. Whenever you call and you have contributions to make on the show, as long as it sticks within the provided guidelines, then you don't have any single problem whatsoever. Vincent is in a chair. Good morning, Vincent. All right, and then we lost that call from Vincent. We'll just take some messages and then come back to my guest and conclude the conversation. This one says, your guest, the youth leader, is being very aggressive towards answering the questions, and that is not a good leadership skill. Tell him to come down and respond to the questions. Emeka from Rumudara, you sent that message. Another person says, my take is that Ihunwo is an upright and patriotic Rivers youth. He has shown his commitment to ensuring peace and a better future for Rivers youth. Darlington sent that one in. Let's go back to my guest. Mr. Ihunwo, you've heard all of the callers and some of the messages. We attempt to wrap up in less than 3 minutes. What would be your response, and what is the way now going forward, especially after seeing the president intervene and having the elders or leaders of the PDP meet with the governor, and the governor also coming out to say this is what the situation is and everything will be settled internally? What would now be the way forward?
Okay, let me also say that the last caller, Chimene Ward, who mentioned that I'm triggering the youth for protest and all that. You see, let me say this as the leader of youth and everything. People should stop doing eye service. You know, the people who are calling and abusing and talking, they are crying. They are crying because they are somebody, but they don't come back to talk. Because you want to make your payments are comfortable. Nobody supported the former government to weekend and I think in the most part. I said that no point. I think for the governor, everything he does, I protest him. I said he's doing right. So I want other people don't come because they want the people to support them. No. What I am doing is the right thing. The right is this. The governor is a young person. And we are saying it is too early to start this problem of impeachment of the governor. And this is the start of the government of our state. The governor said, I have a policy for you. Because he's a young person, he represents young people. And people are going to say, what is my personal interest? When I supported the former government, we said the DDB commissioner. Well, that's about my part. So after any contract was given to Chijioke, when the answer is no. So what are people telling themselves? I am doing that because the governor is a youth. The governor has a policy they are saying this is going to be received. And it's something that the governor is also aligning with the youth. It can take for that. Some of our youth who are the man who played from Lagos to Port Harcourt, the governor received the youth.
All right, because of the time, can you now tell us the way forward? We're already out of time.
I got a question to the governor. I said, look, people supported who are fight on the national university and the suit. Please, can you please reverse the situation? He said, no, I didn't do this. What I'm doing is a joke. For God's sake, people should stop being biased. Because the children, so what I'm saying is, the credit will be resolved. I know that. I said that they must not happen immediately. Accept it. And the teacher was the reason why they want to remove his excellency for saying Joseph Fubara from office. Tell us yourself. let us know it fair. That will be fine. It should not be decided from
But now that the governor has said the issue is being resolved internally, is there still going to be any sort of protest or agitation from youth led by you?
There will not be agitation. What the governor said is a father and son issue. What I said is let the matter be resolved so that the governor will not be decided.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ihunwo. Thank you very much for your time. Do have a great day.
I want to come with that to remember our last experience.
Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure that message is taken. My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Hello, Port Harcourt is next. You heard the conversation. If you missed it, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can listen to it again. Good morning.
We'll be back.
Idol of trading himself.